Welcome back to my channel, guys. This is Dennis from Simplify Investing, and today I want to come at you with a credit video. So if you're interested in this video, please hit that like button. It really helps with the growth of this YouTube channel. It helps with the YouTube algorithm a lot. And also, if you're interested in more videos about stocks, finance, personal finance, and real estate, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps with the channel's growth. Today, what we're going to be focusing on is the FICO score and how we can improve this in the 5 different segments within the FICO score. So I'm going to put up an image on the screen. It's a little bit cleaner, a little bit easier to understand about the percentages and the different segments of the FICO score, and how I'm going to talk about how you can improve each one. So first off, I want to talk about payment history. Payment history makes up about 35% of your FICO score. This, in my opinion, should be a no-brainer. It should be very simple for everyone. Even if you come in hard times, what you could do is you could just pay the minimum payment, and that way you don't mess up your payment history. Even though it's unfortunate, some of us go through hard times. We lose our jobs, especially with the illness that's going around. We should all be able to make our minimum payment. Depending on your balance, it should be anywhere from like 35 to 65. I think 65 is the highest I've seen. I'm sure it goes up more as the balance goes up higher, and it changes between a bank to bank. But there's no reason why you should not be able to make your payment on time every single month for all your credit cards, just the bare minimum. Obviously, I suggest always to pay off your statement in full, just because you don't want to pay interest. That interest is super high. The APR on credit cards, I believe the average in USA is about 18%. Nobody wants to pay extra money. If you're buying something for $100, you don't want to pay $118, right? That's just my opinion. Another thing that makes up a large portion of your credit score is amount owed. So in my opinion, like I said, I don't like to carry balances. As long as you pay off your balances in full, you shouldn't have to worry about this one. This should always be close to zero, or maybe a max of 5%. You should always try to pay off your credit card. You don't want to pay fees, like I told you. Interest fees are not fun. And also because it's a large portion of your FICO score, and it's going to drag down your credit score tremendously. Another big point I want to bring up is the length of credit history. It makes up 15% of your FICO score. So there's a little hack. I made a video on this a little bit earlier in my YouTube channel. I'll put the link in the description. But basically what I did is I had someone who had a credit card for about 16 years. I was added as an authorized user, and all the history from that card got dragged onto my credit score. So now my average credit card history is about 14 years. I think that's what Credit Karma says. And most of that is due to the authorized user method that I mentioned in the previous video. So if you are interested in that, I'm going to leave a link in the description below. That really helps with that. Before I did the authorized user method, I think I was averaging about 4 years on my credit score, right? So there's nothing really you could do if you don't want to use this authorized method. You can find someone, like I said, add you as an authorized user, but if not, you're pretty much just gonna have to get as many credit cards as you can early on. So what I was doing before I used the authorized method, I was applying credit cards probably like about every 3 to 4 months, and I would just get a new credit card. Most of these were no annual fees, just because in the early days I wasn't really making much in my career, and I wanted to focus on just building out my platform, my beginner cards. So I was applying for cards every 3 or 4 months, and those help with their average, because the longer period of time that they're open for, they stay on your credit report, and they make the average account history longer, right? Another segment that makes a large portion of your FICO score are going to be 2 different ratios. It's going to be your revolving utilization ratio and your total revolving utilization ratio. What these ratios basically mean is your revolving utilization ratio is basically for every single account of credit you have. For example, let's say you have a credit card that has a $1,000 credit line, and you spend $100 on it. That's 10% ratio that you have utilized out of the amount of money that you're able to use. So another example of this would be if you have $1,000 credit line and you use $500, which would be 50%. That's 50%, right? So it's always important to keep those low. You want to spread out your utilization throughout different cards if you're gonna you need this utilization, right? But if you pay off your statement off at the end of every single month, then this doesn't matter. And also, total utilization ratio is all your combined credit lines added together, and all your utilization of those credits all added together. So let's say out of all your credit cards you owe $1,000, but you have a total of $5,000 of revolving credit among all your credit cards, then that's gonna be a 20% utilization ratio. Also, your amount owed is obviously how much you owe compared to your income and compared to your total utilization. This also is determined by the number of accounts you have within your credit. So the accounts could come from car payments. If you have a car loan, it could be credit cards, mortgages, any type of loan. Credit scores are also on there. So that's just something to keep in mind. Next up on this chart, as you can see, 10% accounts for new accounts. So what that means is every time you apply for a new credit loan, it could be anything from a credit card, from a credit line, auto loan, mortgage, anything, anytime you apply, and they do specifically a hard pull, because not all loans require a hard pull. Some banks do use soft pulls, but it's very rare. Whenever somebody does hard pull your credit, you are going to experience a little bit of a pullback. It's going to be very temporary, very short term, but you are going to experience a little bit of a drop. Another thing that makes an account for the new credit, whenever you look at the 10% utilization of your FICO, is a lot of credit applicants, a lot of credit applications in the short term definitely hurts your FICO score. Banks or whoever's loaning you money is worried that you're just trying to maximize your credit as much as you can. You get all the money you can and run away. All these banks see this and they are terrified of people who are desperate for money and just gonna maximize all their loans and then just run away, go to like the Bahamas or something and never come to this country ever again. It does have a small impact, but it does impact your FICO. And last up, we have type of credit. This is also banks and whoever's loaning you money wants to see a mixture of different loans. They don't want you all to be your loans in credit cards, or they don't want all to be in auto loans. They don't want all to be in mortgages. They want a healthy, balanced mix. It gives them a little bit of more breathing room. No bank wants to see someone who has 10 different accounts of credit cards that are all maxed out. They rather see a healthy mix between a mortgage, an auto loan, and credit cards. So again, if you really enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate if you hit this like button. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. It helps show this video to more people. And also, if you could subscribe if you're interested in more videos about personal finance, credit cards, a credit score, and real estate, please subscribe. That really helps with the YouTube channel. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.